Hey, Chris. The screen on my end is just saying all black with Christopher Hopkins has started screen sharing. There's nothing on the presentation feed.
How about now, David?
I'm seeing it now. Dan, you want to take things away?
Will do. Welcome, everyone. This is second to last in our webinar series for pre-camp preparation. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from our camp director, Greg Zadan. I am the base camp director again this year. My name is Dan Hill, if you haven't met me yet. David Couts, our assistant camp director, is going to be with us. We're hoping to hear from Sylvia Mead, our welcome home director and part of our commissioner support services. She's having a little trouble logging in, so we're hoping to hear from her. But we also have our program team of Sam Howell and Victoria McGo with us tonight. And we're excited to share some updates and things for this coming summer. Tonight's agenda is going to include the payment schedule for the final payments, refund policy, the DHS Central Registry Clearance process. We've got some updates and information for you on food service, the Honor Unit Award. We're going to talk about Order of the Airwing Camp, go over our adult leader training opportunities, as well as planning for summer camp, and then we'll have some time for questions and answers. A little bit of housekeeping for the webinar. All attendees are going to be in listen mode only. Make sure you're entering the questions in the chat. We've got David on the chat tonight, as well as Andrew, our operations director for the Michigan Crossroads Council, to get any questions for you. The recording and slide deck that you're seeing tonight will be posted on the website, michiganscouting.org/outdoor adventures. So you'll be able to view the slides and hear our presentation at any time and share it with your units and whatnot. If you want to move ahead, Chris, we're on Legendary Camp Service. Okay, so Legendary Camp Service is going to be our commitment to you. We, the camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary scout camp experience. While participating in our life-changing year-round camp programs, we are committed to providing facilities, programs, services, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. Next slide is going to be our planning focus, is that we will strive to plan an innovative program that meets the needs of all Scouts, and one that will be provided by qualified and talented staff. We will work diligently to plan and implement a high quality food service program. We'll continue to upgrade and refresh our facilities, and we'll engage you, our leaders, in our process and implementation. So now I'm going to turn it over to David to discuss the camp payment schedule.
Yeah, Chris, I'm not sure if you got my message, but we at least are all still on the presenter slide. Could we please move forward to the camp payment schedule?
David, I'm gonna hang on one sec. I'm going to, for some reason, it's advancing on my end, but not yours. So I'm going to stop sharing and try it again. Hang on.
Chris, I have it pulled up on my end too, if you want me to try and share it from here in Claire.
Yeah, try that, Andrew.
Wonderful, thank you, Andrew. So,
what slide do you need to be on, David?
I'm sorry.
What slide do you want me to be advanced to?
Let's start with the payment schedule. Can you please mute? Okay, so our key dates when payments are due is always on the 1st of the month. And the final payment that's scheduled is May 1st of 2022, which is just about 2 weeks away. Actually, I'm sorry, just over a week away. Next slide, please. So to process your final payment, just as you process all the prior ones, please go to the Black Pug registration system. The web link is up there on the top where you originally went to reserve your campsite. Click look up registration, which is in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and make sure that you have your payment ready and are aware that there's no fee for doing the e-check, or if you're planning to pay with credit card, there's a 2.75% convenience fee. Next slide, please. For this payment, there's an additional $125 due for each youth participant slot that you have reserved. And the reservation fee is $225 per youth participant, or $50 per adult. If you missed your third payment that was due on April 1st, you're now owing $225 for each youth in total, and $50 for youth. As I said before, $125 per youth for the May 1st deadline, and $110 for full-time adult, $33 per day per part-time adult. That's all due on May 1st. There will, if you do not complete your payments by May 1st, there is a $50 late fee assessed to each youth that isn't fully paid. And those late fees do not apply for new scouts or Arrow of Light crossovers. If you're having difficulty with any payments or making deadlines, please reach out to Greg Zidane at the email address at the bottom of this slide, gregory.zidane@scouting.org. Next slide, please. Okay, to be eligible for camp scholarships, you may have heard us talking about on the last slideshow how the first kind of deadline for camp scholarships was April 1st. That, however, Scouts do still have an opportunity to apply for their camp scholarships. That wasn't just a cutoff for all scholarships being awarded. The only requirements are that Scout must be registered within the MCC, and unfortunately we can't accept scholarships for out of council Scouts at this time. And you must be registered with, must be registered at one of the 4 Michigan Crossroads Council camps. Separate application must be submitted for each Scout requesting assistance, and it will be considered based on need and the Scout and units participation in the mission as a Scout or missions of MCC, including participation in popcorn sales. Applications will be available until May 30th, and they have, to my understanding, reviewed all the applications that were submitted on April 1st. The families of those Scouts receiving the awards will be notified by a member of the Volunteer Scholarship Allocation Committee. So the families are being directly informed, and they can apply online for, or you can only apply for one type of assistance. It's either a camp scholarship or the sibling discount. Next slide, please. DHS clearance process. Next slide, please. So, as we mentioned before, everyone over the age of 21, whether you're staying overnight or just visiting the camp, you are required to get or receive central registry clearance from the Department of Health and Human Services. These clearance letters are required to be updated annually now. In the past, it was get it one time and you're done, but now it's must receive this clearance every year and have it with you when you arrive at camp. For out-of-state participants, there is a separate state equivalency that you need to find from your home state, and you can contact Greg for that information, or the form that lists all the separate agencies for each of the 49 other states is available at michiganscouting.org and on the forms and resources page. When you're filling, for Michigan residents, when you're filling out that clearance form, the second half of it has information on for you to fill out on where you want your your clearance letter sent to. We recommend that you choose to have it emailed back to you. So there'll be an option on if you want it sent to a camp or if you just want it emailed. We suggest that you select the email box and just put in your email address, and the Department of Health and Human Services will email that response back to you. Okay, please do not email your results back to the camp. Next slide, please. Okay, and I will hand things back over to Dan Hill to discuss food service.
Thank you, David. So last year we had the delivery service and everything due to COVID protocols and everything. So this year we're going to be going back to resuming food pickup from the commissary at the Cammon Center. The food pickup times will be the same as when they were back in 2019, with breakfast being from 7 to 7:30, lunch from 11:30 to 12, and dinner from 4:30 to 5. We ask that if you're doing any sort of ordering of extra meals or dietary requests or verifying counts for how much food we're sending to the site, to send an older scout or an adult leader to the window. We do offer the extra meals for guests still. Lunch and dinners are going to be 10 per person. And then it says dinner's 12, so I'm guessing that's supposed to be breakfast and lunch are 10 per person, dinner's 12. We're also still doing the special cake orders or brownie orders. So if you're interested in celebrating an event or a birthday or a milestone at camp with a beautifully made cake, just let the commissary staff know and we'll make sure we get it to the site on time. The next slide is going to be the menu. And so we've done some tweaking to the menu. Sunday night's still going to be our camp-wide dinner, camp-wide cookout. We're going to offer an option of burgers or hot dogs, but you'll still have the option to make your Cole Kadube style Big Mac with all the fixins and everything, fresh fruit, fresh veggies, chips, all that sort of stuff. Monday's Cole McMuffins, which is our play on Egg McMuffin. We're going to do a simple grilled ham and cheese for lunch, then go into the Beast Feast, which we'll hear more about later in the slideshow. Some easier stuff for breakfast, like French toast and bacon and eggs and whatnot. We try to make lunches simple since they're pretty much on the go to get back to program and everything. We do have the scouts making our new Cole-Tucky fried chicken on Thursday nights. That'll be the night that the leaders will be dining with the staff and everything at our leader appreciation dinner. And I also want to note that on Fridays, we're doing the steak dinner because that's our family night. I saw someone asked in the chat about family night, and we typically do that on Friday because that's when we have the campfire and the awards and, you know, all the fanfare and everything. And Saturday is a quick and easy breakfast. However, if there's some things in here that you're not sure about and whatnot, as far as your unit being able to cook in the site, we do have alternative options, and we'll show you that on the next slide. Some prefer easier meals when you're on the river, or, you know, because your scouts have a really jam-packed week. So we can make substitutions and accommodations and everything. We just ask that you let us know prior to arriving to camp so that we can make sure that we have the items in stock. Some options for breakfast would be biscuits and gravy with a protein and some sides. We've always got cereal and Pop-Tarts on hand, bagel sandwiches or just bagel and cream cheese. If you're looking for a healthier alternative for your unit, or if they're like breakfast people, maybe yogurt and granola. A lot of units will bring sandwiches on the river with them instead of trying to cook a meal or whatnot if you're doing a river trip that involves lunch or is close to lunch. It says corny dogs. I think that's supposed to be coney dogs with chili and onions and whatnot. We've got peanut butter and jelly on standby, as well as wow butter as a peanut alternative. Pizza roll-ups like a Lunchable type thing, and we can always do nachos and cheese. The heartier dinner options would be, say, chicken and dumplings, beef stew, chili con carne. We've got boil in a bag mac and cheese. My new favorite for this year, though, is the Olive Garden take on soup salad and breadsticks. So if you're interested in hanging out or changing the menu up a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch the chat too. if you're interested in changing up the menu a little bit, we're happy to accommodate, especially with dietary restrictions. We've still got all of our vegetarian options and substitutions available, gluten-free breads, dairy-free items and stuff. We just need to know as soon as possible that you're going to need those items so that we can make sure you have them. Next, we've actually got a video about our Beast Feast, and then we'll throw it over to our Beast Feast queen, our program director, Vicki McGo. So let's see what the Beast Feast is about.
Beast Feast! I used to have a problem with my cooking pan. Scrub it and polish it so spick and span. I couldn't get the food out, it was black and brown. My cooking was burnt and got the big thumbs down.
We're here at Cole Canoe Base in northern Michigan for Beast Feast, the largest outdoor cooking demonstration in scouting. Let's see what's cooking.
For Beast Feast, we're going to be making some fried Oreos. Take the Oreos, dip them in some pancake mix. And when you take them out of the pancake mix, you want to put them in some oil. You can put some chocolate syrup on it, some powdered sugar, whatever pleases you.
Troops cook dinner and dishes and stuff for each other. The staff cooks a bunch of dishes and stuff for them. Part of it is our cooking contest, so any of the dishes that the troops make, they can enter into the cooking contest.
Beast Feast is an amazing event because not only do we show them like a bunch of different ways how to cook different types of food, we give them the food.
Get your sheepbutters here!
We get a lot of the outdoorsy kinds of foods, things that are easily made in Dutch ovens. There's a lot of Dutch oven cooking. We get a lot of chili.
Okay, I'm here with Patrick, who's proving that not everything at Beast Feast is unhealthy. So tell me what you guys are doing here.
Well, this is fruit kebabs right here. You start at this end and you just take the skewer and you skewer as much fruit as you want. You can drip yogurt on it if you would like, and then you can eat it like a corn cob or eat it from one end.
Have a lot of scouts come over here?
A lot of adults come over here, take us up on it.
I think one of the big benefits of the scouts is that they get to see, well, this isn't necessarily normal camp food, but here we are making it in our campsite over a camp stove or over a fire or something like that.
I solved the griddle riddle and now goodbye!
Outside of the Beast Feast, one of our big draws is our High Adventure program, because we've got the Rifle River running through our camp. We have something to offer for everyone.
For the first year camper program, we work on getting a first class emphasis, so we want to move them up for the ranks of Code Scouting.
The scouts aren't coming here to get the same old program year after year. We focus on what you can't do at home. You can't go ATVing in your backyard. You can't go shoot shotguns or rifles or archery in your backyard. Also, it takes you 3 weeks to do everything in this camp.
Man, that truly was a feast for a beast. I am stuffed. I'll see you guys next time. For more on this story, check out scoutingmagazine.org or the latest issue of Scouting Magazine.
Hello. Okay, so like they said in the video, it's the largest outdoor cooking demonstration we have in scouting. For Beast Feast this year, we're adding in some new stations, like a water filtration station to show more of those camping methods you can use. And we're going to keep the layout with the tables so that you guys will be kind of following a line through, so it's not all chaotic like it has been in the past. And I believe Dan mentioned this before, but we are keeping mess kits again this year. We'll have rest stations posted around. And then the next slide, please. So the cooking contest is open to any unit. We actually encourage you guys to participate. You can participate in as many of the categories as you would like. And you can do multiple of each category. So we can do main entree, appetizer, side dish, drinks, dessert, and the special diet dishes which we've had in the past for like vegetarian. You can add in gluten as well, or whatever other dietary restrictions. Please provide an ingredient list on your table so that people approaching know if they can have the item or not. And then it's required to enter 2 dishes for the honor table. All I have.
Okay, thanks, Victoria. So unfortunately, we didn't have Sylvia, our Welcome Home Director, joining us, but I'd be happy to cover the Honor Troop Awards. If we could advance the slide, please, Chris. So the Honor Troop Award Program recognizes scouts and units who show scout spirit, troop pride, and service to the camp. It gives your SPL team an opportunity to lead their patrols over the week at camp by fulfilling some of the fundamentals of what you'd think an exemplary troop would do while at camp. And that includes, participating or having everyone in the troop participate in a merit badge program or a high adventure trek, do shooting sports, climbing, nature hike events as a patrol or troop, conduct daily flag lowering and raising in your campsite, and also participate in a morning flag raising ceremony with the staff. Invest in the camp through conservation projects and service projects, and then towards the end of the week, construct a gateway that is judged by the commissioners and have them stop by the campsite and do a campsite inspection, making sure that everything in the campsite is all tidied up, clean, well organized, and tents are pitched well. There's a good layout and good scout uniformity to the campsite layout. If you have more questions on Honor Troop or the Welcome Home program, you can contact our Welcome Home Director, Sylvia. I'll be posting her email address in the chat just when I get done speaking. Next slide, please, Chris. So, Order of the Arrow, which I'll also cover. Next slide, please. Our OA advisor is here once again is Matt Grimble, and then our lodge chief will be Tony Savoy, who is also the Ecocon director. A few quick points about OA, since we've been getting a lot of questions about it on slideshows. We do conduct a call out ceremony during the campwide campfire on Friday night. The staff will announce a process of collecting names during the week, and we'll provide you more information on how to submit those names and get enrolled in the call out during the Sunday leaders meeting at camp. We also have a Brotherhood conversion ceremony that is Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. at the Cosgrove Campfire Arena, which is right down by the lake for those not familiar with the names of the areas of camp. Requirements to receive Brotherhood is minimum of 6 months since completing the OA ordeal. Make sure that your OA dues are fully paid for 2022. And if you are from out of council and still interested in participating in Brotherhood, just contact your home lodge, and they will generally give you a special letter of approval or permission to participate in an out of council lodge's event. If you have more questions, Matt Grimble's email address is right there on the bottom of the slide, and I'll also include that in the group chat in just a moment. Next slide, please. So, adult leader training. I am covering this as well. Free in-person trainings are available, since you guys have been asking about this as well. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, our training director, Maury, goes over Scoutmaster specific training. Some of the topics that are included in that are like Roles of the King 3, Patrol Method, Outdoor Program, and BSA Advancement. And there's also a Friday morning completion session that's involved with that. Maury offers the Tuesday and Wednesday trainings, one morning session that I think starts at 9 a.m. and lasts 2 hours, and then a separate session that starts at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Just give you guys more flexibility on your day at camp. If you talk to him during the Sunday night program expo, he can also coordinate special troop committee or charter organization trainings available for you guys. But there's no specific time for those. Just need to talk to him and request that of him. Remember that many of these trainings can actually be completed online, going to training.scouting.org. And if you have any questions, Maury's email address is down there at the bottom of the slide, and I'll be sure to include that. in the group chat as well. Next slide, please, Andrew. So planning for camp. I believe our program director, Samantha Howell, is going to cover this topic. Thank you.
Yeah, I volunteered. We are going to go ahead and go over what should be on our minds going over certain times and planning going forward to camp. So what should be on our minds this month from getting closer to May is just making sure that our paperwork is in order and all of our camp fees are just up to date, making sure that just all the youth campers are signed up and getting their fees in, and making sure all our adult campers are registered and having their fees collected as well. All right, so as May rolls around, this is time to really start getting down to the nitty gritty. So it is time to start confirming, how are we getting to camp? Where are we gonna be leaving from? Who's gonna be driving? What vehicles? And how are those kids gonna get home at the end of the week? It's gonna be making sure that all our YPT is completed. You gotta make sure you get that course done, getting your BSA membership and your DHS clearance letters in. So all your adults are clear to be attending camp, and make sure that our out of council units that we are going to be so excited to be seeing have secured a copy of accident insurance. And lastly, as you're getting close to camp, it's time for the kids to get ready. So the SPL and Scribe are working together to get a camp roster sheet together. Those transportation arrangements are all arranged. And it's time to start looking at that equipment, because no one wants to set up their tent last minute at camp and find out it's full of holes. So make sure it's all ready to go and everyone has their rain flies. Make sure our camp boxes are full with everything we need for the week, and then make sure all our paperwork is in order so that when we arrive in camp, everything is ready. Make sure what's going to be important is sorting our forms by what is similar, not by Scout's name. So each form is just gonna need to be together by each form. Call camp to confirm special dietary needs. Make sure that the kids that need to eat gluten-free, vegetarian, if they have a peanut allergy, we would love to know ahead of time. You can never bother us enough with that information. So make sure that camp just has that confirmed on a list, and make sure all your scouts are ready for their merit badges. Any prerequisites that they need to bring with them are ready. It's always a good thing to make sure that it's checked off before they come to camp. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. I'm not sure if Greg's in a position yet to introduce himself. Sweet.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. My name is Greg Zidane. I'm the camp director up at Cole. If we haven't met, I do apologize for not being on the beginning of the webinar, and I won't bore you with the details. But we do have one more webinar coming up next month. That is May 19th, the third Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. And that's where we're going to be covering all of our final program details and last minute things you need to know to get to camp. This is a great webinar for you to have your parents and some of your youth leadership join for. There's going to be a lot of good information covered. So without that, thank you to the team that filled in my absence tonight. And I believe we're rolling into question and answers now.
Andrew, I'm trying to look through the chat, and I'm not actually seeing any questions that you missed. Are you aware of any that we need to address here?
I think there was one that had to do with the first-year camper program. From Jeremy Thurston. I have some first-year campers that are taking merit badges but want to attend a portion of the first-year camper program. Is it possible for them to drop in, or do they have to sign up for only the first-year camper program?
Sure. So our first-year camper program is essentially come and go as you please, because we do have the schedule posted online. You can view it on the registration page, and I'll try to include a link to it in the chat in a few moments. But just reinforce to your scouts, if they are going to be, going in and out of the first year camper program, that they make sure they talk to the staff when they arrive and get themselves marked down on attendance. That way we can have an accurate record of what they attended. And then that gives them an opportunity to go off and complete as much advancement in merit badges as possible. But yeah, we're not going to require anyone to sit through the tenderfoot requirements if they're already second-class scouts.
All right, I got a couple I want to just touch on here. Lance, we had the restriction on visitors last year. I'm going to give Andrew a chance to cut me off if we have new information from the state. But as of my understanding, we are allowing families and parents to come into camp on Friday night. That is kind of our family night up here at camp. So feel free to tell your parents they can come up on Friday and enjoy the end of camp festivities. We do have some questions about new troops and troops that are new to Cole. I would encourage you guys, if this is your first time coming to Cole, to reach out to Sylvia Mead, and that is welcomescouts@gmail.com. She is our new unit commissioner and works very well with helping troops set expectations. First year camper program, we'll provide a report at the end of the week to the unit leadership with what was covered. All independent study merit badges can be found on the merit badge schedule, which is available at the registration site as well as michiganscouting.org, or you can shoot us an email and we'd be happy to send it to you.
I see a question about donations for fireworks. We're gladly accepting donations and everything at camp for that. You can also reach out to Greg at gregory.zanayan@scouting.org for that. As far as any other expenses, bring plenty of money for the river store because we are stocking up this year.
Brian from 743, we will still be doing some pre-camp screening type stuff for check-in, but I do not, Andrew, maybe chime in on this one. Are we doing temperatures at the gate again?
So we do have to take a temperature check upon check-in, but it's not one of those you have to stay in your vehicle type of deals. We've got some other things that risk management is looking at. We had a meeting with them on Monday between them and the state. And we will have anything that the state is requiring us to do locked in before next month's webinar so that we can get that information out to our folks and to cover it as part of check-in procedures, which will be a big part of next month's webinar.
Great, thank you, Andrew. Yes, we do have ice available. Custom t-shirts will be available. We're still hashing out the details. I would encourage you to reach out to Dan Hill about that in the meantime. Brian, I believe I do have your t-shirt order in my email. If you'd like to just send another one to Dan. If not, I can forward yours over to him. So for those of you who don't know about the custom t-shirt program, we do have the ability to take our camper t-shirt and stick your troop number on it. Reach out to us for more information, and we can have those ready when you arrive to camp, or if you get to camp and you decide you want them, we can have them for you by the end of the week. All right, well, without seeing too much new coming in, If you need to make any adjustments to your roster, feel free to reach out to me via email and we'll help you out. Otherwise, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your evening and a good weekend. Enjoy this weather as it starts to warm up, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys at camp.